Welcome to the third lecture of the financial market and institutions, and today our topic is types of the financial markets or structure of financial market, and second one topic is why to study the financial markets. So structure of the financial markets or types of the financial markets is, you look on your screen. So first one is money markets and capital markets. Money markets, is its name indicate money. Most of the students, they are confusing money markets. They are considering that money market is that market where money is trading. No, money markets and capital markets, the distinguish between these market is on the basis of the maturity of the securities that are trading in such markets. Security means like financial assets, bonds, shares, certificates of deposits. These terms combinedly we are saying security. So money market and capital markets, that are the same financial markets, but they are distinguished on the basis of the maturity. The security which are trading in such a markets, so on the basis of those security maturity, they both the markets are distinguished. Money market, we can define in simple words, dear students, that money market is such a market, a financial market where short terms securities, where short terms debts instruments that are trading. So such market is called money market. Now, what does it mean by short terms? Short terms in the finance terminologies or in finance thinking, short terms period is up to 1 year. If any kinds of debts instruments, if they have the maturity up to 1 year, so those instruments are called money market instruments, or those securities are called money market securities. And the market where these securities are trading means buying and selling, so such market is called money markets. Capital markets is that financial markets where long terms equity and debts securities are trading. Debt security and equity security, I will in the upcoming time I am explaining you, but first of all you should learn about the capital market. So capital market is that market, that financial market where long terms securities are trading. The buying and selling of long-term securities took place. So such market is called capital market. Long terms here means that more than 1 year, those security which have more than 1 year maturity, so those securities are called long-term securities. And such securities are trading in the capital markets. Look at market is same. In the same market, both money market security and capital market securities are trading. But on the basis of that maturity, we are distinguish both markets. Now, I use the two words equity security and debt securities. So equity security is that type of security where ownership rights are given, voting rights are given, selection of board of directors rights are given, whose dividends are fluctuating. So just like common stock, debts instruments, that is totally different from the equity instruments. Here no ownership rights are given. The investor only take a fixed amount after a fixed period of time, and when the maturity of that instruments are completing, so at the end capitals are returns to the investors. So that is the difference between the debts securities and equity security, that both they have the different qualities. Now, the common example of the debt security is bonds. An example of the equity security is common stock or common shares. So now I repeat, money market and capital market. So both are financial markets. But money market is that financial market where short-term securities that are trading. The buying and selling of the short-term securities where took place, such market is called money market. And capital market is that markets where the long-term securities that taken place. So that market is called what's capital market. Students, the money market securities are mostly widely trading than the capital market securities. So they tends to be more liquid. Money market securities are more liquid, or these are also called short-term securities. Money market securities, they have small fluctuations in the price than the long-term securities, making them safe investments. As a result, corporations and banks or other financial intermediary or institutions actively they are using the money markets securities to earn interest on surplus funds they invest, and they expect to have only temporarily. But on another one side, the capital market securities such as stock, like common stock, preferred stocks, bonds, long-term bonds, are often held by financial intermediary. It doesn't mean that the financial intermediary don't keep the long-term securities or capital market securities. So they keep these securities, like the insurance companies and pension funds organization, they also keep these long-term securities, which they have little uncertainty about the amount of the funds that they will have available in futures, because as these are the long-term securities, so the investors they are feeling a little bit uncertainty that about the funds that they will receive in futures, because their maturity is too much long. So that's why. So the transaction of the money markets in money markets is mostly more they are preferring investors, they are preferring the money market investments. Second one types of the financial market is primary market versus secondary markets. So as its name indicates, primary and secondary. So primary market is that financial sorry, is that financial markets where newly issued securities are trading, where the buying and selling of the newly issued securities or financial assets that take place. So such market is called primary market. We can also define the primary market, that primary market is such a market where for the first time securities are issued by businesses or corporations to generate funds. So that market is called primary market. Look at, let's suppose there is a ABC company, and ABC corporations, they want to generate funds. So they want to issue bonds, and as well as they are also want to issue some common stock or preferred stock. So firstly, for the first time, they issued bonds. So in which markets they issued that bonds, that market is called, that is called primary market. Okay. Secondary markets, as its name indicates, the same. Secondary market is that financial markets where already issued securities are trading. Means that the buying and selling of already issued or old securities. Old doesn't mean that they are too much old. Old means that they are already issued by the corporation in the primary markets, but further they are trading in the same market. So that same market is called secondary markets. Look at, for the first time a company ABC issued securities to investors. Now let's suppose investor A purchase it. Now investor A sold out those security to investor B. So in which market they sold out to B, that market is called secondary markets. So secondary market is that financial market where already issued securities, already issued financial assets that are trading. So such market is called what? That is called secondary market. So the primary markets for the security are not well known to the public because the selling of the securities to initial buyer often take place behind the closed doors. And important financial institutions that assist in the initial sales of the securities in primary market is investment bank. It does this through by underwriting securities. It guarantees a price for a corporation's securities and then sells them to the publics. Look at in the primary market, when for the first time the securities are trading, so automatically on new business no one investor can trust. So that's why when they issued their securities, so they issued those securities with the help of investment bank. And investment banks are the players of the markets. So they know, and these investment banks, they finding out the investors, and then investors trust on these investment banks. So on the basis of their trust, the investors make investments and buy that securities. So hope you will understand the primary market and secondary market concepts. I repeat, The definitions. A primary market is a financial market in which new issues of securities such as bond or stock are sold out to initial buyers by the corporations or by government agencies. And secondary market is that financial market in which security that have been previously issued can be resold. So this was the difference between primary markets and secondary market. The third one is organized markets versus over-the-counter market. Over-the-counter market is also called in short way OTC markets. So this both that are based on structure. The organized and over-the-counter markets. So secondary markets can be organized in two ways. One in organized market form and one is the over-the-counter market form. The organized exchange or organized financial markets are those markets where buyers and sellers of securities or of financial assets, so their agents or brokers meet in one central locations to conduct the trade. It means the buying and selling took place. So such market is called organized financial markets. Means that organized financial market is that financial markets where the buying and sellings of the security took place in some central and specified locations or buildings like New York Stock Exchange, Tokyo Stock Exchange, the Chicago Board of Trade for the commodities. These are China's stock exchange. These are the specified places, specified markets. So such markets, that is called what's organized markets or organized financial markets. The other methods of organizing the financial markets or the secondary market is over-the-counter market or OTC market, over-the-counter market. So over-the-counter markets, dear students, is that markets in which dealers means the buyer and sellers of the financial assets or securities, where the dealers at different locations have an inventory of securities and stand ready to buy and sell the security over the counter to anyone who comes to them and is willing to accept their prices. Over-the-counter dealers mostly are in computers contacts with their dealers, with their customers, means investors, and they know the prices set by one another. So in the OTC markets, they mostly set the prices on mutual discussion as well. The OTC market nowadays in this environment is very competitive and not very different from a market with an organized exchange. So such market that is called the over-the-counter market. So over-the-counter market is mostly non-organized, and there is no central locations for the trading. Anywhere the trading should take place. Fourth one is equity markets and debts markets. So equity markets and debts markets, they consist of what? They consist of the nature of the securities or financial assets that are trading in such markets. So equity market is that market where those securities are trading whose maturity is long and ownership rights that are given to them. Such market is called equity market, like common shares. The market where the equity shares or equity stock are trading, so such financial market is called equity market. It may be primary market and it may mostly that will be a secondary markets. Debts market, as its name indicates, that market where debt securities are trading. The buying and selling of debt securities took place. So such market is called debts market. For example, if when a corporation issued the bonds to a market, so bonds is a debt instruments. So in which markets such securities are trading, those markets are called debts market. And when on another side, when any corporation issued the common stock or common share, so in which market they are issuing that stock, so that markets where this common stock is trading, such market is called equity market. Clear or not clear? Derivative markets. So derivative market is the financial market for derivatives, financial instruments like future contracts or forward contracts or options which are derived from other form of assets. So the market can be divided into two parts, that for the exchange trade derivative and over the counter derivatives. A derivative is an instruments. Derivative is an instruments whose value is derived from the value of one or more underlyings, which can be the commodities, precious metals, currencies, bonds, stocks, etc. The most common examples of the derivative instruments are forward and futures contracts. Similarly, options and swaps. So such markets, that is called a derivative markets. So we can define the derivative markets, that derivative markets are those financial markets where the future, forwards, options and swaps are used. So that markets are called what's derivative markets. Now you will be confused that what is forward contract, what is future contract, what is options and what is swaps. So on forward, future and options we have a separate lectures. So in the upcoming classes I will explain these in the details, inshallah. Foreign exchange market, as its name indicates, foreign exchange or forex market. So foreign exchange market is that financial markets where the foreign currencies, the exchange of the foreign currency took place. So such market, that is called foreign exchange market. For example, Tokyo Foreign Exchange is the biggest and the largest foreign exchange market in the world. So these was the types, or we can say that the structures of the financial markets. Now the small topic, that why to study the financial market. Up to now you studied the financial markets, so what do you think that why we studied the financial market? So look at financial markets such as bond markets, stock markets, shares markets are too much crucial for the economy. Why? These markets channelize funds from savers to investors. So when funds is channelized from savers to investors, from lender to borrower, so borrower automatically they use that funds. So the circulations or channelizing of the funds took place, and thereby they are helping in the economic growth of that country. That is one important benefits of channelizing of the funds. If we have the funds and that fund is idle, so that is not shows the economic growth. That not show a positively effect on personal income as well as. So if we have the funds, so we should not keep that fund idle. We should not keep that funds in our houses. What we will do? We will invest that funds. We will channelize that funds. And in this way that fund will be circulated and promoting in the economic growth of the country, similarly also promoting the personal income of the saver as well as positively affecting. The second one point is that financial market activity affects the personal wealth, the behavior of the business firms and the economy as a whole. Look at, if we have saving and we give that saving to banks, so automatically in response we will get interest. So interest, through by interest our income level will be increased, and when our income level are increasing, so they are definitely affect on our wealth. Similarly, when business they received those saving and they utilize those saving, so the business activities are become day by day vastened. Local productions should take place. Business sales will increase. Unemployment will be decreased, and employment chances will also be increases. And similarly, economy will be growing up as a whole. So positive effect should take place. So that's why the financial markets, they play a vital role in the economic development of a country. Similarly, the financial development, financial growth of the corporation or businesses as well as, and the personal wealth of the persons as well as. Well-functioning financial markets such as bond market and stock markets and foreign exchange market are key factors in producing high economic growth automatically. When those countries, if you looked out the well-developed countries, so over there is a strong financial markets. So due to their strong financial market activities, their funds, their savings that are in continuous circulations. So when they are in continuous circulation, so they are getting too much benefits from them, and day by day they are getting economic growth, they are getting economically they are strengthens. So dear students, hope you will understand. If you have any problems, so you can share those problems with me. I am available here to solve your all sort of problems. So for today this is enough. Now I will finish my lecture, and inshallah we'll see you in the upcoming class. So for now, take care and Khuda Hafiz.